Hey guys, we're going to talk about leads. We're going to talk about leads today. Say hi to my wife. Hi. Let's sit by the fire and talk. So we are in Maryland right now. We're in Baltimore. And we're at a hotel right now. We're just chilling. We really wanted to get away for a weekend because we're within driving distance of Baltimore, and we had never really been to Baltimore, and so we decided to come to Baltimore and hang out for a bit for 2 nights. And there's not much open, so we couldn't do a lot, but we really just needed a chill afternoon, and that's really what we're getting right now. And then tonight we're gonna have some pizza. So it's been restful. It's been really hard to tone down from the whole routine of life. And it's so weird not being in a routine on a weekend, because normally I'm at home doing a lot of projects that I would normally do on a weekday. So it's a lot of things mixed together, but it's good. It's good, and I'm going to rest. But I wanted to talk today about something that I think is really important and I think needs to be talked about in episode 2 of this. Episode 1 was all about what we're going to talk about. Now we're actually going to be talking about these things. And episode 2, what a perfect time to talk about the most important thing in the history of your business, which is leads. If I were to start a business right now, the first thing I would do is set up something so I could capture leads. That's the first thing I would do. And my arm is getting tired. I'd flip you over, but I can't. So leads, we got to talk about what leads are first. A lead, in my opinion, if I were to just come up with a random definition right now, not the official one, but a random definition that I think works, is someone who has shown interest in your business. And not necessarily your business, but what your business has to offer. And a lead, I think this term, I don't know if this term was around before internet marketing was a thing. But if I were to get rid of the internet right now, I would categorize a lead as something that, like if I were to if someone were to walk into your business through the front doors and say, hey, I've got a question about this one thing that you offer. I'm kind of interested. And then you say, hey, yeah, what's up? That person is now a lead. Now, what does that mean for you? Once they walk out those doors, that means nothing to you. You've answered their question, and they haven't bought anything, and now they're gone into the abyss of where all the people go. That you haven't captured anything, and you want to capture a lead. And how do you do that? Well, you capture a lead by getting their contact information. And this is why I'm wondering if the term lead was really something that happened in the internet world. First off, because it's so much easier today to capture someone's information than it was before the internet. But if, let's say, that same person walked into your business and said, hey, I've got a question about so-and-so product, what would you say to them to capture them? You want to capture this lead. What would you say to them? Well, I'd say, hey, yeah, I want to help you. Can I get your contact information first? Just right here. This is so we can follow up with you about any other things that we think might really interest you. And then they'd be like, yeah, sure. Here's my email address. Or, back in the day, it would be phone number. Here's my home phone or whatever. And here's my address, so you can send me letters, right? And so, let's see here. That is before the internet. Now, today, in the internet world, things are a little different because there's so many different ways to capture a lead. A lead is someone who has shown interest, and On the internet, people can signify that they're interested in what you have to offer through a variety of ways. If someone walks through your business door, then that means unless you're on a popular shop like road, they've thought to come to you. So they have put in that effort to come to you. Whereas the internet people have super short attention spans. They're scrolling, they're scrolling, they're scrolling. How do you capture a lead when they're scrolling? Well, you offer something that I would say you offer something that like a free product that gives you that you give to them in exchange for their contact information. That is called a lead generation product. And I would give off that thing and say, hey, you can have this for free. This is what it is. We think this would be really valuable to you. Just give us your email. And that is a way that you just generated a lead, is someone who is interested in you and what you have to offer, just gave you their information. Now you have captured that lead. Now there's a few ways in which, that sounds really relatively simple. Like you can do that over ads, you can do that on social media, you can do that through your website forms, whatever it is, you can capture leads through those ways. Ads are very effective, but ads are more complicated and they cost money. Whereas like a website form or social media could be a good place to start for you. Now, there are some issues that pop up, though. I would say the first issue, and we'll see if any more come up in my head, but the first issue, or the most evident to me, is the issue of having the difference between getting a lead in exchange for your lead generation product, or getting just an opt-in for your lead generation product. So an opt-in is someone who fills out a form so they get the product. A lead is someone who fills out the form and they get a product, but a lead is someone who's actually genuinely interested. An opt-in someone who opted in doesn't necessarily mean they're interested in what you have to offer as a business. And you want those opt-ins to become leads. So you have to make sure that your lead generation product is something that people that you want to attract would find very, very valuable. And you can think about that as much as you want to figure out what that kind of product would be. I would say the more value you can give in that, the better. But yeah, that could be one of the issues, is you've posed a product that has nothing to do with your actual business and what you what you do. So once you have leads, what do you do? Well, you've gotten someone's contact information. Now you own the list, I guess you could say. This is a list of people, a list of leads that you can now contact yourself and follow up with and say, hey, there's this new offer. And especially with email, it's recommended that you send at least one email a day. That's a lot of emails. And email's not dead if you're one of those people. Email is not dead. It's far from dead. I know. I had a client at one point who lived on a major, or the business lived on a major street where tons of foot traffic was, and they would get tons of customers. And they had all these people's emails, but they never reached out to them. And it was really sad inside of me. I was like, okay, how can we get these emails? How can we actually export this into a CSV file so we can actually use these contacts and actually reach out to them about future products or even shipping things to them? And we had such a hard time figuring out how to export the list because of their back end. Their back end really wasn't meant for it. Whereas I've had another client, though, that has taken full advantage of those leads because they've been under really, really good supervision, marketing supervision, and they are emailing those previous clients or those leads constantly, and it has proved very, very beneficial for them, and they're doing great. And so that's why you want to capture leads, is because leads are really the source of your business. I've heard that. If your business is in a lot of trouble, go to your leads, because you want to develop raving fans, I guess I should say, um, that really love what you do. And that goes back to this one article. I forget who wrote it, but it's 1,000 True Fans, I think is what it's called. And I think you can look it up, and it'll be the first one that pops up. But it's just one long article that just talks about why you need 1,000 true fans, and that you can get all the customers in the world, but if you don't have 1,000 people who will buy absolutely everything that you produce, then you really don't have a fan base that um, that you want. So you want a solid fan base of people who will buy anything that you want, that you produce, and you really just need 1,000, and you're going to be good. So that's really the importance of leads. And I don't know if I missed anything. I kind of went all over the place, but yeah, I just thought that was really important, and that should be the first thing that we cover in this Mayhem the Marketing show. And you know you need leads, so just start thinking about how you can get some leads and make sure they're actually people who will become fans of yours. And I want to tell you that, especially in today's online world, you should not expect everyone to be leads. You should expect a lot of opt-ins and few leads, and then a lot of leads and few buys, and then a lot of buys, but then few top-tier buys. And that's why you really want to focus on those 1,000 people, just 1,000, because you can get hundreds of thousands of customers, but you want just 1,000 true fans who will buy anything that you produce. So yeah, say goodbye to the fireplace. It was nice having a good fireside chat, and I'll talk to you later.